Let's introduce you to our starting goaltenders in this contest between the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings and the Decatur Blaze. First for the visitors. Going in net once again tonight, it's Lane Timmons. 0-3 on the season, 2.91 goals against average, .944. The save percentage for Timmons out of Gibson City, Illinois. On the other side for the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings, fourth start of the season for Parker Rutherford out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Rutherford at 1.58 goals against average, .926 save percentage. He leads the team in shutouts, by the way. 2 shutouts on the season for Parker Rutherford, 1 for Pacheco, and so far Eric Schutte still looking for his first shutout of the campaign. We're going to see a couple of ceremonial drop of the pucks here tonight before we get things started off.
Making their way up to center ice right now are representatives from the Southwood County Humane Society, Olivia, and the dog Haley. Haley checking out the ice right now.
You can hear all the oohs and ahs of the fans watching the dog come out onto the ice.
Money and supplies.
Well, Haley's not so sure about this slippery stuff.
They're looking for donations of.
Seems to like the rug, though.
Cat litter, cleaning supplies like paper towels, bleach, those types of things, and your support is greatly appreciated. Olivia, thank you for helping the Riverkings to fulfill their mission of building hockey up and down the river.
Well, let the scoreboard watching begin here on this Saturday night in the USPHL Premier Midwest Western Conference, or Western Division, if you will. As we said, the Mullets with a 3-2 lead over Ironwood, who's been a bit of a surprise so far this season. The Yoopers, one of those teams that made the jump up from the USP 3 to now the USPHL Premier Midwest. And the Yoopers on the season coming in at 8-7 for 16 points. However, the Minnesota Mullets have taken them down today. That one has gone final, now at 7-4. An update as well from the Muskies and Hudson. That one already at 1-1. And the Blue Ox already running away from Steele County. That is a 2-0 lead as they have gone past the halfway point of the first period. So the Ox, a team, as we said, right in the shadow of Wisconsin Rapids, looking for the top spot in the USPHL Premier Midwest West. Very, very good battle atop the USPHL Premier Midwest West now, with the Riverkings at 11-3, with the Blue Ox at 10-1. Like we said, they do have the 2 games in hand, and then the Moose at 10-3 as well, with a total of 20 points. The Yoopers weren't too far back at 8-7 with 16 points. The only thing is that they have played more games than anybody. They had 15 played so far. So with 7 in that loss column, it's going to be tough for them to climb their way toward what is now starting to turn into a 3-team battle atop the USPHL Premier Midwest West. And then, as we said, on the East, the Chicago Cougars looking real good right now at 9-2. Detroit's the closest at 4-1. They do have the 2 games in hand. Riverkings wearing the white jerseys with the green and blue trim going from left to right across your television or computer screen. The Decatur Blaze with those flamed out black jerseys attacking down our left-hand side. Thank you so much for joining us here on Hockey TV and Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. McConnell absorbing a big hit from Brett DeLatte as that one is placed back in to the Riverkings zone, and the Riverkings pick it back up here as Austin Quarters with a pass that goes behind Ryan Mance, but no icing is called. Mance to it first, centering pass for Peterson, didn't make it through. Cody Wilson was stepping in front. The defenseman saw a lot of minutes back of the blue line for Zach Pearson in the Decatur Blaze yesterday. Turned over back behind. This one is thrown back to the blue paint by Peterson. Scored a goal very similar to that one yesterday. It ended up being the game winner where he just tossed it right into the feet of Timmons and the puck went in. Here's Christopher Berggren. Goal scored yesterday, his second as a River King. Threw that one down, though. Could not connect with Austin Quarters. Now sent back over to the corner of the far side, all the way to the circle. Kowalczyk is there. Back to Raymond Fleming. Fleming fires the shot. The save is made. It'll be held onto by Timmons. Excellent first 60 seconds for the Riverkings as they put some pressure on Decatur. One thing we talked a bit about yesterday was the fact that Timmons is a right-handed catching goaltender. Most goaltenders at this level, left-handed catching goaltenders. So we asked Austin Quarters a bit about that yesterday. He said, yeah, that can throw you off a little bit, especially if you're a lefty. You're used to shooting a certain way, and now the glove's there instead of the blocker. So we'll see if the Riverkings can find ways to solve Timmons here today. Again, as we said, 34 to 36 stopped in the contest yesterday. Fleming will chase it down, leaves it back off for Tom McManus, who was one of the 3 stars of the game yesterday. Didn't find the score sheet, but he did a lot of things away from the score sheet that were very important, including breaking up some opportunities on a late 5-on-3 in the first period that could have put Decatur on level terms and really would have changed the complexion of the contest. Face-off coming up after the icing. Come down in the Riverkings zone as they send out the 11, 12, 13 line on the Decatur side. Cade Sagling, Austin Wesolowski, and Roman Zakaretsky, 11, 12, and 13 respectively, as that one rolls in on Rutherford, and he'll hang on. Decatur's best chances yesterday coming on a few counterpunch opportunities, and Kachaka was able to hold his ground when he had to, as this one's taken by Zakaretsky with a shot. The save is made. And it'll be on the stick of Hilbert. Still bounce around. Jesse Edwards trying to clear, but won't be able to do it. Roman Zakaretsky from Kazakhstan. Passing that one on for Wesolowski. Riverkings still trying to find the exit. Finally do, as it's taken up by Edwards. A chance for a 2-on-2. Corey Schwartz will catch up to it first of the circle on the near side. Stepping off of the wall. Schwartz able to put it back down low. Pass misconnects, but comes on for McCauley. Back of the blue line here today. Hilbert giving it off for Hartley. His shot deflected by Corey Shores, but wide. And Shores buries his man in the corner. That's going to be a penalty coming up. As Corey Shores lays the lumber, he's going to get charged for roughing. So Shores to the box. First opportunity on the power play coming up for Decatur. Don't have the official numbers on where they were yesterday. They did have that one power play goal. By my calculations, about 5 power plays for the Blaze yesterday. Riverkings at 80% on the penalty kill. Decatur, I had the number 9 yesterday at 9% on the power play, but looking at a different set of stats, has them at 33.3%. So obviously, quite a bit of difference between the two stat lines I was looking at. Oregon with a pass ahead, going to take it back now, work back over toward the far side. That is their leading scorer, number 37, at least goal scorer, Scott Worgan. Alec Hernandez, the leader with points for the Decatur Blaze. He wears number 19, out there in front with Kowalczyk. Here's Hernandez chasing it down, trying to backhand it towards Smith, taken away from him. One of the Riverkings sticks breaking, that's Delat. The puck comes out, Delat's going to skate over the bench and go off for a change. Riverkings catching a bit of a break there as they get the clear right after the Delat breakage of the stick. This one, turnover now, here comes Adam Peterson. Getting away from Smith, one other defender is back. Smith able to pick his pocket, play it back to the line where Fleming is waiting, and he'll just pump that one right back into Decatur territory. 48 seconds left on the power play, 16:45 left in a scoreless first period. Night number 2 between the Blaze and the Riverkings. Carried nicely across the line by Soundling. He's going to step through one, check, centering pass down in front, going to come all the way back to Wilson. Winds up the shot, it's blocked. Over the top of the net, Krieger might have been the one that got in front of it, and the puck goes out of play. Once again, the Riverkings getting in front of their goaltender. Saw that a bit yesterday. It was McManus who came up with some important blocks in front of Pacheco, and this time it's Krieger who does it. Decatur still with another 27 seconds left on their power plays. It's taken by McConnell and played back to the line for Wilson. Return to McConnell, now picked back up by Soundling. That one up on the side of the net. He's going to pick it back up, though. Roughed up by McManus. Back to the line. Here is Powell. Shot. Score! It slips through just like it did last night on the glove hand side, and Decatur takes the lead with 16-11 left in the first. Almost an exact copy of the power play goal yesterday from Lake Powell, his second of the season. So the Riverkings, after that fantastic flurry to start the contest, trail by one. Here's Alexander Mavrogiannis working it in. Ithaca Jones on the wrap, going to give over for Hernandez. So Soutling and Zakaretsky get the assist. Here is Daniil Palia. Palia taken down, no call coming there, and here comes Worgan back the other way. One-on-one with the lat, lost the handle on the puck, kick back ahead now out to center. Berggren shoving his man over the puck, and now Worgan sending it back over to the far side. Gatos is there. Chip back off of the wall by Decatur, now carried in over the line. Just down by McConnell. Gatos there first. That one takes a funny hop right back to the area behind the net, where it's Gatos, and another weird bounce comes right back to the high slot area. Here's McConnell, wanted to fire the shot, couldn't get enough of it. The lat then bumped him. Palia leaving it back for the lat. Through the skates of Kelly. McConnell is going to swipe that one right back down low. Decatur not making it easy for the Riverkings to get out of their own zone right now. Pass back behind Berggren. Berggren cannot step around Wesolowski. Dealt back on for Kelly, and he'll fire a long one in. Rutherford gloves it down and then tosses it toward the corner. Here's Kelly. Met by Wesolowski. Backhand for Shores again. It takes a funny hop right where the Zamboni comes out. Riverkings able to escape that though, and it's sent the length of the ice by Shores. Tap back on by Timmons. Shores to it first. Working back over toward the far side. Surveying his options. Corey Shores going to walk right through. Takes the shot. The save is made. Good work there by Corey Shores to find some soft area and take the shot. Played back ahead. Shores holding the red line. Sends that one back in. No icing will be called as it's left back behind. Now Decatur back to the line. McManus just unable to hold that one in. He'll deposit it back into the far side corner. There's Jacob Waters. Number 2 for Decatur, back on the blue line. Back ahead for Roman Zakaretsky. Zakaretsky spins at the top of the knot, going to try to feed that one off. It's out of the reach of Waters. Helping it back around for Hernandez. Centering pass for Zakaretsky, got knocked away. Now here comes Adam Peterson. Barreling through neutral, going to go one-on-one with Wilson, picking up some speed. Peterson, tough angle shot. That one directed off of the side of the net by the goaltender Timmons. Here's Peterson again. Peterson being held up at the wall, tried the centering pass for Mance, couldn't connect, and now carried back over to this side. Kowalczyk, harassed by Austin Quarters, played back ahead. Soutling had it knocked away from him. Adam Peterson will take Worgan into the boards. This one is chipped back ahead and now taken on by Austin Quarters. 13:24 left in this first period. Decatur strikes first on the power play goal from Lake Powell. 1-0 in favor of the Blaze. Here's Peterson. Decides to send that puck in. He's going to go off on a change. Quarters in on the forecheck. Turned right over to Ryan Mance in front as he picks the puck back up for Quarters. Just missed in front. There's a shot deflected on. Rebound chance from Mance. Timmons comes up with a stop. The net's off the moorings. Saw that a few times yesterday. Both goaltenders. That net on the far side, or I should say over to our right-hand side, getting knocked off the moorings. Good response there by the Riverkings. That top line comes out and creates a couple of opportunities. Cole Krieger, Dylan Nurse, and Kyle Smith down up front now. Face-off won by Krieger. Here's Nurse. Dylan Nurse finding some space, working back over to this side. Going to drop it back for Krieger. Smith trying to work his way to the slot. Still has the puck. Does Krieger. Centering pass comes back to McCauley. There's Nurse. Got it by Hernandez. That puck will be sent back out all the way back down into Riverkings territory. Zach Hartley retrieves and then wraps it back over to the circle. Hartley the first to it, finding Nurse. Nurse with the pass back behind Smith. Smith able to track back and pick it back up. The Riverkings trying to get that attack going. It's technically listed as their fourth line. Wrap back around. Nurse awaiting it at the top of the circle. Here is Kelly. Playing it back toward the line. Now Palia is out, and here's Daniil Palia working through. Palia with a shot save made by Timmons, and he'll hang on. Well, there you see that size advantage of Timmons. 6'3", listed at 300. Still have my doubts, to be honest with you. Because he moves pretty good for a guy that's 300. That's pretty much why I have my doubts. But you can see that big body hugging the post on the far side that time, not making it easy for Palia to find any space. Palia denied a couple of really good chances yesterday as well. Face off on the right hand side of Timmons. It is won by Southland. Going to be wrapped back this way. Zakaretsky to it first. Just decides to leave it back in the corner for Wilson, as Decatur's now in some trouble trying to find the exit. Wesolowski had the puck taken away, but here they come. Once again, this is Southland getting on his horse now with a shot that does not make it through. Delat lays out and takes that opportunity away. Bergeron back ahead, just out of the reach of Delat, now picked up by Palia. Chance for a 3-on-2 across the line. Palia crossing, has Delat with, and then it gets poked back to the corner. Trying to feed it on for Mavrogiannis, who assisted on the Bergeron goal yesterday with Palia. Now here's Gatos firing the shot. The save is made. No, it's not! It goes in off of the blocker of Timmons, and we are tied. Timmons got the blocker on the Gatos shot, and it had just enough steam to ramp up over the blocker inside that near post. 11:24 left. Here in the first, it's 1-1. Fifth of the season for Gatos.
Goal scored by number 16, Jacob Gatos. He was assisted by number 21, Christopher Bergeron. Gatos from Bergeron.
So Bergeron gets on the score sheet for the second time this weekend, and here come the Riverkings again. Hilbert throwing it in front, bouncing puck. Loose at the side of the net, comes back. Fleming with a shot, doesn't make it through. Puck still loose, and then Fleming is denied as that one goes over the shoulder of Timmons. Once again, it's the Corey Schwarz line doing some damage here. Schwarz on for Edwards. He'll try to step back out of the corner, on for Schwarz. Missed him, now comes back to Schwarz. Over to the far side for Fleming. He'll backhand one down low, knocked down. And the Riverkings still keeping that puck in. Schwarz not allowing it to get back out. Here's Fleming giving on for McManus, who has the lane, takes the shot, was hoping for a deflection in front, but Hilbert knocked that one off of the doorstep. Hilbert dealing it back on. Edwards back to Fleming, fakes the shot, gives over to the side for McManus, into the mixer, a bouncing puck goes wide. As Tristan Hilbert picks it back up again, left it back behind for Schwarz. Good shift here again by this line. Here's Fleming, dancing around the defender, walking in. Fleming trying to decide where to go, just deals it down for Schwarz. Austin Quarters now out. As Riverkings make a couple of changes, this one goes back to McManus, fires a shot, save made by Timmons. Rebound was coming out, but Decatur was to it first. Riverkings continuing to make some changes as they hold the offensive zone. Here's Kowalczyk off of the glass and finally out, but that will go for an icing, and Decatur will not be allowed to change. Decatur trying to make a case that perhaps that one was touched by the defenseman for the Riverkings, which would have negated the icing, but not the case. So a very tired Decatur line must stay out. The face-off on the right-hand side of Timmons, and the top line now out for the Riverkings. That one does not stay in. Riverkings clearing. And now Decatur can make their change. Here's McCauley. The pass back ahead, a little too hot to handle for Ryan Mance. It'll go down, and that'll be an icing now with 9:26 left here in this first period of play. So goals in this first period from Lake Powell for Decatur on the power play, answered by Jacob Gatos, a defenseman aside, scoring so far here this evening. Face off one by Austin Quarters, ahead for Mance. Surveys, trying to decide where to go. He's got Quarters and Peterson ahead. Now here's Peterson. Peterson with a shot. Save made by Timmons. Swallows up the rebound. Actually dropped it at the top of the blue paint. Didn't matter, though, as he was able to get that cover. Interestingly enough, not something you would see often, but Timmons, after that goal from Jacob Gatos, skated over to the bench and had a couple of words with Coach Zach Peterson. Perhaps Peterson giving him some direction there as to that particular play. I said just kind of an unlucky play. He got the blocker on it, but that one ramped up in front. Now loose in front. Peterson with a shot, and he's denied. The big pad of Timmins down once again. Turned over in front. Here is Peterson watching that bouncing puck, trying to center it on, and it's taken back by Soutling as he goes back across the line on the far side, one-on-one with Gatos. Tried to center that puck. It comes out front for Wesolowski with a move. Wesolowski couldn't pull the trigger, but Soutling has it. He'll throw it in front, and that one deflects off of Powell. Plenty of Decatur players there. No connection, though. So here comes Mance back the other way. Crossing with Peterson, giving on for Quarters. Quarters trying to give that on for Ryan Mance. And it is sent back out by the Blaze. Brett DeLatte will take it for a skate. DeLatte, nice pass back to Peterson, just out of his reach, though. Krieger's off of the bench. And here's Cole Krieger. Passed it off for DeLatte, who now gets tied up in the corner. Nurse trying to pull that puck free. Krieger as well. Finally, DeLatte steps out of the scrum, tries to go back to the blue line where Smith was holding the line for him. And DeLatte's going to go off on a change. Chip back ahead. There's the vacant point. Wesolowski pass on. Almost connects with Hernandez. Fleming back ahead for Kyle Smith. Decides to send that one in. Wraps all the way back over to this side. Big bump applied there by by Nurse. And out Jones. Hit by Smith. Hernandez backhands one ahead for McConnell. Can't clear. Fleming fires the shot. The save is made. And Timmins will hang on to that one. Krieger taking a little tour of the blue paint. Decatur didn't really appreciate that, so we got a little swat or two from the Decatur players. Nothing too malicious. Shots on goal, 11-5 with 7:35 left in this first period of play. Again, 1-1. Riverkings coming off of a 2-1 victory here last night against the Blaze. There's Fleming giving on for Daniil Polia. That puck ahead. And it'll be a foot race between Smith and Alexander Mavrogiannis. Now Bergeron stepping into his man. This one will be wrapped back to the point. Tom McManus is waiting. Feeding it down to the top of the circle. Pass on, comes through, and now Bergeron muscling his man over the puck, but then he's taken down by Ithaca Jones. All the way back down, McManus will chase, and that will go for an icing with 6:59 now remaining in the period. Well, again, a reminder for you fans watching here on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, Riverkings show, Fridays at 4, Wednesdays at 9. Regular games follow the shows, Charter 985, Solaris Channel 3, or on the web at WisconsinRapidsCommunityMedia.com. You can just click on demand, find those Riverkings games. Same goes for you folks watching on Hockey TV. Face off over to the glove hand side. Goaltender Timmins. Hartley hurries that one back down into the corner. Hilbert was waiting. Tries to connect with Hartley again after a deflection. That one is sent in over the top of the net. It was Edwards right down low. Ramped that one over the crossbar. Here's Edwards again with a backhanded attempt. Rebound loose, and then Timmins jumps on top and hangs onto the puck. Yet again, it's this line of Hilbert, Shores, and Edwards creating some chances. Saw them broken up yesterday. Shores went on a different line, had Krieger with him. They said there were some changes yesterday in the lineup. There's a shot from Gatos, and this time it's the pad down and a stop from Timmins. Cleared all the way back down. Gatos will have to chase, and that will be icing charged to Decatur. So they'll be once again stuck in their own zone. Well, Austin Quarters back in that top line with Ryan Manson, Adam Peterson. Like we said, good job by McCauley there yesterday, but certainly happy to have their captain back as another shot is knocked aside by Timmins. Quarters with 2 goals and 15 assists already on the season. Pretty large number for that centerman. Poked nicely away at the line as that one will be taken across. Of course, another thing that Quarters brings to the lineup for the Riverkings is his prowess in the face-off dot. That one ramps up right into the face of Morgan, so he had to stall there for a second. Nice pass on. Here is Quarters now working down the slot. Stops him in the circle. Surveys from the corner. Throws it in front. That one might have got some of the post as it comes back out, and it's taken by the Blaze. Kowalczyk just soccers it ahead. He's going to come off on a change. Soundling, the lone man in on the forecheck, at least for now. Played back ahead by the Riverkings. Neat move there by Mance, and he'll deal one back ahead for Peterson. Pokes it around Waters, who fell down. Here's Peterson, attempted centering pass, fanned on it, still has the puck though. Corvers, just away from him. It'll come back to Fleming. Fleming has his shot blocked. Peterson there to hold the line. And taken again by Waters, now back out to neutral. Riverkings will make changes again. 5:05 left in the first period. 1-1 here from the Southwood County Rec Center on night number 2 between the Riverkings and the Blaze. One of the moves there in the corner, and it ends up forcing a turnover. Here's Krieger, going to give it back to Fleming. Fakes the shot, fires the shot, and it gets blocked this time. Flipped back out by Decatur. Pass back ahead, deflected right into the skates of Hernandez. Nurse able to flip it into the corner on this side now. Jones for Smith, and now ahead, just out of the reach of Kelly. This one will go all the way down, and it will be icing as McCauley is the first to the bottom of the docks. Well, we talked about Decatur and their struggles early on. I'm sure they can't wait to get some home games, as they have not yet seen a home game, waiting for the ice. And their first one, as we said, coming up December 1st and 2nd against the Dells Ducks. Then they get Kalkaska on the 8th and 9th. And as you can imagine, the second half of their season is very home game heavy. In fact, they end on a 7-game homestand. So if they can weather the storm here a little bit on the road, put themselves in some pretty good position potentially to make a run late in the season in the East. McCauley flipping that one back in. Since the power play goal from Powell, the Riverkings have really tilted the ice back down to our right-hand side. Shots on goal now at 16-5. Like we said, the Riverkings grossly out shooting Decatur yesterday as well at 36-13. Across the line, here is a penalty coming up now as Berggren touches, and a trip will be called against the Riverkings. So Decatur will head back to the power play. It's kind of the only thing that they've had on the Riverkings here, at least so far in the first 16 minutes and change, and certainly yesterday, being on the man advantage was the major spark to their offense. They didn't have much going 5-on-5 at all. Had a 5-on-3 opportunity, a 4-on-3 opportunity as well. Austin Quarters out there, wins the face-off. Gatos trying to pump it around, but that one went into the net, and the whistle blows. Well, they don't have Powell out there yet. Does Decatur, which we've got their last 2 power play goals. We'll see if he comes on a little bit later on here in the power play. They have Kowalczyk, Hernandez, Kelly, Smith, and Worgen. Now chipped on, almost springing Peterson back the other way. Kelly able to hold it in. Finally, DeLatte comes back and says that's enough. He'll take it back ahead and just dish it into the Decatur zone. First 30 seconds of this power play gone for the Blaze. Pass ahead for Hernandez, skips away from him. Quarters able to pump that one right back into Decatur territory. They'll have to reset again. Picked up back behind by the Blaze, and now Hernandez toting ahead, going to give off to Worgen. Worgen has Kowalczyk, able to find Smith, walking down, takes a shot, is blocked, and then Quarters clears. Good positioning there by the Riverking captain. Here's Worgen. Deals it back for Wilson. Going to pass on now and carry it across the line, trying to split the defense as Soundling lost the handle on it. Fleming sends it back out to neutral. Powell back out on the ice. He has the power play goal here in this first period for Decatur. He had their lone goal yesterday as well. Spinning back in his own zone, trying to shake free of Quarters. Now working over to the far side, he was met by Mance. Powell and Mance tie up back behind the play, and there's going to be a penalty, and it looks like it's coming to Decatur. Initially, it was just Powell and Mance, and then Soundling came in and started throwing some fists as well, and I think he's the one that took the penalty. So a bit of a break there for the Riverkings. That'll negate 31 seconds of power play time for Decatur. We'll skate 4-on-4. And then the Riverkings will get some power play time as we melt down the final moments of this first period. Just 2:11 remaining. Face off over to the right-hand side of Timmins. As we said, shots on goal at 16-5. Favor the Riverkings. Both of these teams pretty dangerous 4-on-4. A lot of speed on both sides. McConnell trying to chip past Fleming. It would not allow. Here's Mavrogiannis with some help from Fleming. And now Bergeron. Past Wilson. Timmins wrapping it back to the point. Fleming. It's been pretty solid back there holding the point on the far side, but it's taken across the line by Decatur. Turned over though as Bergeron tracks back. The Swedish international spins free at center, going to carry out over the blue line. Takes the shot over the top of the net. And now back behind, Bergeron bumps into his man, and here's Alexander Mavrogiannis. Back to the point for McManus. The power play is now on for the Riverkings. Here's Mance for McManus. Riverkings also sending out an extra attacker now as another penalty is coming up here to Decatur. Mance trying to deal it back down low. Here's Quarters. Back to the high slot. McManus with a shot deflected just wide. Mance didn't get enough of that one. Touch back up by Decatur, and the Riverkings will take 53 seconds of 5-on-3 time with just a minute 4 left in the period. Well, Decatur had that late 5-on-3 yesterday, so the Riverkings turning the table here. Remember, it was McManus who came up with some rather large blocks late in that first period that helped keep it a 1-goal game. Now the Riverkings could take the lead here as we're now under a minute to go. Brett DeLatte winding up, skating down, finds some space. DeLatte dealing it on for Mance, trying to weave through, had it knocked away. Mance back to Quarters. 33 seconds left on the 5-on-3, and the Riverkings can set it up. Here's Mance to DeLatte, the right-handed shot over to the other right-handed shot, Gatos. Now on for Quarters, trying to pass across, got deflected in front, but Peterson picks it up. DeLatte with 18 seconds, now on for Gatos. DeLatte once again, surveys, gives back for Gatos. To DeLatte once more, now 10 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Mance, pass across, loose in front, batted at a couple of times. Cleared but not out. 4 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Just 12 seconds left in the period. Riverkings still working it around. One man back for Decatur. Pass across for Mance. Nets off the moorings. And the whistle blows with 5.5 seconds left in the period. Timmins sliding from the right over to the left to try to face off against Mance. He knew that's where the pass was going, but ended up knocking the net off of the moorings. We saw that quite a bit down on that end yesterday. 5.5 left off of the face-off. It is won by Hernandez, played back behind. He's just going to try to top the puck. Mance now stepping out, tries the shot. Timmins made the save anyway, and that will do it for the first 20 minutes. The Riverkings will carry 56 seconds of power play time into the second frame. Welcome back, everyone. Just about set to get started here with period number 2 in the second contest of the weekend between the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings and the Decatur Blaze here at the Southwood County Rec Center. My name is Matt Panier, joining you here on Hockey TV and Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. 1-1 after the first 20 minutes of play. It was Decatur scoring early on a power play goal from Lake Powell, his second of the season, his second of the weekend. And the Riverkings getting back on level terms a little bit later on in the period, getting the goal from Jacob Gatos, which was his fifth of the season. Ended up getting us to a tied game. The Riverkings are going to have some carryover power play time as well. 56 seconds worth to be exact after Decatur ends up killing off the 5-on-3. The time of Powell's goal was 3:49, assisted by Salling and Zakharetsky. Gatos' tally came at 8:36 with the assist to Christopher Bergeron. So second time he gets on the score sheet here this weekend. Taking a look around the USPHL Premier Midwest West, it is a 1-1 scoreline in Hudson as they take on the Muskies for the second night in a row. That one went to overtime yesterday. Steele County fighting back a little bit, 4-0 early. Now it's 4-2. Steele County on the road against the Ox, the Ducks, and the Minnesota Moose, scoreless thus far. 3 games happening tonight on the east side. Aside from this contest, Motor City taking on Kalkaska, Detroit against Tri-City, and, just 2 other games, as they have also listed the Decatur and Wisconsin Rapids game. Looked like they listed that one twice. Let's see if we can get you some scoring updates in the Eastern Conference games as well. We swapped sides for the second stanza. Parker Rutherford, who wasn't too busy in that first period, stopping 4-5, goes down to our right-hand side, and Blaine Timmons, who was very busy, stopping 15 out of 16, down to goal down to our left-hand side in goal. We are underway again. 56 seconds of carryover power play time for the Riverkings as they control the opening face-off here in period number 2. Way back ahead by Decatur and all the way back down into Riverkings territory. Well, Riverkings will have to try to reset now. It's Brett DeLatte racing up the near side. DeLatte looking to turn the corner, got away from a check, picks it back up behind now, wrapping back over for Mance. Mance giving on for quarters, back to DeLatte with Jacob Gatos over on this side. Gatos settles it down, 23 seconds left on the power play, and here is DeLatte. On for Austin Quarters. Quarters, pass with Mance, doesn't connect. As we'll see Quarters now playing it back down low, just 10 seconds left in the power play. Gatos works it back to the line, and now Peterson with a shot. Timmons will grab it and hang on. It sort of depends what school of thought you're from as far as a coach's standpoint when it comes to power plays at the start of a period. Some coaches like it, like that scoring opportunity, like that fresh ice to try to move the puck. Some coaches don't like it at all. I think there's not enough urgency right away at the start of a period. Tough angle shot. Does not make it on target, so we're back to 5-on-5 now. Here is Bergeron throwing it down for Alexander Mavrogiannis. Trying to connect with Polia, but it's intercepted by Salling, and he'll play it back ahead. Tip back, penalty coming up. Mavrogiannis is down. Salling will skate away. Well, not sure exactly what we're going to have here because Mavrogiannis was the one down on the ice, but they blew the whistle when it was touched by the Riverkings, which I guess does indicate that Salling is going to the box, which is what you would expect after seeing the Riverking player down on the ice. However, Wisconsin Rapids was in possession of the puck when they blew the whistle, which was a bit odd. Okay, this makes a little bit more sense now as they're going to take both of them. Mavrogiannis goes too. So we'll go 4-on-4 here for the next 2 minutes. So Mavrogiannis gets 2 minutes for rough. I think Salling got 2 for rough as well. Touchdown, a good interception there by Fleming. Otherwise, Hernandez was going in all alone the other way. Poke back ahead. Here is Fleming just outside of the line. Now a chance for We're going to go one-on-one with the defender. He got around McManus but lost the puck. Hernandez back out in front for Morgan. He is denied. Rebound score. No, they wave it off. The net was off the moorings, as we've seen many times throughout the weekend, and this time it's the Riverkings that catch the break. Oh, goodness. The post on the near side very clearly off. When that puck was put into the net, the whistle had blown as well. And Wisconsin Rapids can breathe a sigh of relief. Excellent first save by Rutherford, too. Well, Decatur trying to plead their case. It's falling on deaf ears right now, and a face-off is going to come to the right-hand side of Rutherford. Rolls right in on him, and look at another draw here with 18-17 left in the period and a minute 32 remaining on the 4-on-4. Should mention we did find a couple of scoring updates on the east side. Kalkaska with a 6-4 lead over Motor City. That one just about finished. Just 35 seconds remaining. Detroit all over Tri-City, 7-2. That one early in the third. Tri-City having a hard time stopping teams from scoring against them. Timmons able to play it back ahead. Gatos on the intercept. Couldn't hold the line, though. Pardon me, that was Quarters. Here's Gatos now giving on for the Lat. Latch is going to fire that one all the way down on Timmons, who had to play the puck. Now Powell, intercepted by Adam Peterson. Played it back to the line where Gatos accepts and now skates back behind. Thought about the wraparound, decided against it, gives on for the Lat. Back to Austin Quarters in front for Peterson. He got tied up by Hernandez. Peterson trying to come out with it, but it is Powell for Decatur. Nifty move there. Pass a little too hot to handle. This one's going to go down. Will it be icing? Yes, it will. As it goes off of the linesman and then all the way down. .46 seconds left on the 4-on-4 with a face-off coming up back down in Riverkings territory. In Decatur territory. Krieger just plays that one forward. He's got Mance over on his wing. Krieger comes up with it, feeds it back to Mance. Mance trying to change the angle, give it back for Gatos. He surveys, passes back on for the Lat. To Gatos once again. The Lat once more. Wrist shot way up high. Timmons just grabs it anyway and hangs on for the whistle. Well, Timmons coming over from the Bloomington Thunder 18U team from last year, along with Dylan Howard. Dylan not quite as big, 6'1", 170. Timmons really kind of the story of the weekend thus far in net for Decatur. Jones lost his stick. Here's Mance, playing it back to Fleming. Fakes the shot, decides to take it down to the circle, deals it back on for Krieger. Jones has got his stick back. Krieger has his pass banked back, and now look out because here comes McConnell. Good job by McManus to track back. Back to 5-on-5 now as this one's played back ahead for Krieger. Jones roughing up Krieger, and now here comes Corey Schwartz. Across the line, Mance gets around the defender with a shot, and it goes off of the blocker. Riverkings thought there should have been a penalty, maybe had a case. So Schwartz was tripped up. Now Schwartz in front is denied by Timmons with that big glove hand once again. Robbing Corey Schwartz in front. We stay tied at 1 with 16:24 left in the second. Wow, Timmons hits that big mid on it. Maybe Schwartz not quite getting enough elevation. Another good quality scoring chance for Corey Schwartz. He's certainly seen his opportunities in this one. Stays out there. Now with Edwards and Hilbert. Here comes Decatur back the other way. Hartley disrupting Powell at the line. Kowalczyk able to send it back in. Now McCauley able to get it back out to neutral where Wilson gives on for Powell. Tap back on for Kowalczyk. Here's Worgan. Knocked away from him. Worgan does get it back, though, trying to step off of the wall. Powell finds it, tried the shot, didn't make it through. And a bouncer comes back to the line. Morgan was able to settle it back down and feed it down low. Hartley trying to spin back. McCauley in possession. McCauley up at the glass, looking to connect with Hilbert. Will. And now Edwards and Shores trying to get across the line, but that'll be offside. And then Shores takes a hit from Wesolowski right at the whistle. Decatur bench like that. I'm sure the Riverkings probably didn't. 15:32 now remaining in the period. Good one here again from the Southwood County Rec Center. It's 2-1 for the Riverkings yesterday. We're 1-1 here in the second. Big thanks to that guy, Timmons, as he drops it off. Now turned back over at the line. DeLatte fires a shot. Timmons knocks it aside. Here's Powell. Bumped off of the puck by Nurse. Still roughed up by Powell, who has the Decatur goal. Krieger trying to fish that puck out. Still scrap for in the corner. Here is Nurse. Again tied up. Finally Powell able to pull it free and now work back over to the far side looking for the exit. Waters able to swing it back out to center. No icing's going to be called. Rutherford comes out to play the puck. Able to get it back out to neutral. They'll send it in on Rutherford. Would have been a delayed offside anyway. DeLatte up for Smith and then off of the boards and all the way back down as Jones chases it. No icing. Over for Soundling. Absorbs the hit from Krieger as it comes back to Gatos. He'll take a hit. Puck still in the zone though. DeLatte skates over to play it down for Nurse. Nurse roughed up in the corner as he tries to get back to the puck. It's Cody Wilson. Here's Palia. Wanted to feed it back, but the Riverkings were changing defensemen. So McManus back ahead on for Palia across the line. He's got some help with a pass across for Berggren, too hot to handle. And now Berggren picking it back into the circle. Stepping out, Berggren all the way through to the far side circle with a shot save made. Rebound loose, and Decatur will clear it, but not out. There's Fleming playing it back down low. Mavrogiannis gets tied up by Jones. Waters trying to clear and does. There haven't been a lot of second or third chance opportunities here in this contest for the Riverkings, and not only do you credit that to the goaltender, as Rutherford will freeze it down on the other end. Don't just credit that to Timmons, but also to the Decatur players getting in front of their goalie and clearing those opportunities. Riverkings continuing to push. Once again, they're at a point where they're out shooting Decatur 3-1. It's at 21-7 now, the shots on goal. Certainly the offense is there. Here's Mance with a nice pass ahead, and he finds Peterson going one-on-one with the defender. Peterson with a shot, just missed over the crossbar. Played back out to center now. Here's McManus. Peterson just helps it right back into the zone. Jones in a bit of danger, turns it over to Peterson, now walking in with a shot, shrugged aside by Timmons. As Quarters picks it back up in the corner. Peterson with it again. Peterson trying to feed it back to Quarters. Eventually does come to the Riverkings captain, and now Fleming fires a shot, save made, rebound loose, bounced around in the slot, and here comes McConnell back out. Another good opportunity there by the Riverkings on the flurry. You can see him now trying to shoot low on the goaltender Timmons. Those big goaltenders, you like to get them down in the butterfly to see if they can A, get down there in time, B, see if they'll start spitting back some rebounds. Now here's a pass back ahead for Mance. 2-on-2 across the line with Peterson. They cross. Mance takes the shot. Save is made. Rebound still loose and then cleared back out by Decatur. And we're going to get a penalty coming up here as Peterson got knocked down in front of the net. Rutherford coming back to the bench for the extra attacker. Here's Hartley on the exchange with McManus. 6 attackers out for the Riverkings. Back ahead for Peterson, tapped in. Smith will get there first. And we will see yet another power play here for Wisconsin Rapids. For 1 so far. That 0 for 1 did include a 5-on-3 as well. Power play for the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings is the best in the USPHL Midwest West at 23.1% coming in. Let's get Decatur on the other side at just 33% listed on the penalty kill. Of course, if you look at the stat line from yesterday, they didn't list the power plays for either team. Decatur listed at 1 for 0, and the Riverkings had 0 for 0, and I think both of them had 5, so that would improve that Decatur number a little bit. Here's Palia. Palia again, leaving it back now for Delat. Delat holds, fakes, now gives down for Gatos. For Mavrogiannis. Surveying his options back behind. He ran out of time, and now here's Berggren. Back from Mavrogiannis. On for Palia. He's going to try a wrist shot. That one got deflected wide. Gatos. First 30 seconds of the power play gone. Delat, wrist shot, was hoping for a deflection. Palia will give it back to Delat at the point on the far side. Now Palia throws one in front. Had some traffic, but misconnected. Here's Gatos. On for Delat. Fires a shot. Save is made. And the rebound back to the corner. That one skips away from Delat and all the way back down into Riverkings territory. First 55 seconds of the power play gone. Delat trying to settle it down. Was hurried by Kelly and now taken on by Gatos. That'll make a 3, making a 4-on-2 across the line. Gatos back in the corner. This looks like he wants to set things up for the Riverkings. Gives it on for Berggren. He's pressured. Lost the handle on it. Now Soundling able to kick it free and clear. Riverkings will send out that top line now with just 35 seconds left on the power play. They reset back behind where it's taken by McManus and give it on for Alexander Mavrogiannis. The pass across for Fleming. Flipped in. And Timmons couldn't settle it down. Wrapped back around by Smith though and out. That'll leave one final rush here for Wisconsin Rapids. Soundling coming in very aggressively on the forecheck. McManus had to get rid of it. Here comes Mance back ahead. Mance leaves it back for Quarters. Austin Quarters dealing on for McManus with 5 seconds left on the power play. Fleming with a one-timer. That one right into the glove. And held on to by Timmons. Timmons, a very impressive specimen, like we said. How about this? He's also just a 1999 birth year. So 11-5 of 99 on his way next weekend to a big birthday. As that one's turned over in front. Peterson scores! Off of the draw, a little space for Adam Peterson. He's not going to miss from there. And the Riverkings take the lead as we near the midway point of regulation. We talked about those face-offs and how important they can be. And it's the Riverkings getting that puck all alone in front to Adam Peterson, one of their top scorers. Riverkings show the way for the first time in this game as that puck is iced. So both Peterson and Mance coming in with 9 goals as we started this contest. So 9th of the season for Peterson. Mance and Quarters will get the assists, bolstering their stats as well. And the Riverkings finally break through. That was their 25th shot on goal. Backhanded attempt from Hilbert. Now at the side of the net, fed it out in front. Corey Schwartz just tied up. We get a whistle, and now that net comes off the Morons. As we said, Timmons on his way to just his 18th birthday here in a couple of days. So an early happy birthday going out to Timmons. Yes, does indeed mean that he's got 2 years of junior eligibility left. This would be very bad news for a lot of teams around the league. Fleming fires a shot. Timmons with a save. Wasn't exactly sure where it was, but it was in front of him. And he's going to cover up, and now Hilbert is over there having a few words with Jones. Hilbert was in a bit of a scrap yesterday with, I believe it was Alec Hernandez, who's now having some words with him again. Hockey players don't forget. They remember those sorts of things. Off of the draw, it is won by Zakaretsky, and here is Powell. line and held in by the Riverkings. Now Hilbert with a nice pass on. Corey Shores winds up the wrist shot, healed it a little bit, and Waters blocked the rest. Hilbert back behind, spinning it on for Edwards, feeding it back. Fleming thought about the shot, too many black jerseys in front. McManus, wrist shot deflected on, and then another save made by Timmins. The net off of the moorings again. Whistle blew. Hilbert was trying the wraparound. That would have been a heck of a save from Timmins as he stretched out the pad, stopped that one too, just in case. Well, I'll say this, when 300 pounds hits that post, you better have those moorings drilled pretty deep. It's a lot of force. There's Hartley, wrist shot. Didn't make it through. Wesolowski blocked it, but turned it right back over. Hartley with another shot this time. That'll be Timmins snatching some butterflies, and they'll hang on. Down to 9:02 left here in the second period. Riverkings have that go-ahead marker. Adam Peterson with his 9th of the season. I believe that one was even strength. I think the power play had just expired. We'll have to see how they officially score that one. Belt back down low, and here's Jones on the wrap. McCauley able to hold in. Smith going to try again to this side. Kelly gets tied up by Smith. It's Kyle Smith for the Riverkings. Now there's Saugley. Knocked away from him, and McCauley can pass it on. Goes through the equipment of Smith, and now over to that side for Jones. He'll send it all the way down. Will it be icing? No, Kelly gets there first. Kelly centering pass from McConnell. Hartley intercepted it. Picked up by Smith. Off of the glass, back ahead. Nurse touches on for McCauley. Chips around the defender. McCauley's got Krieger and Nurse breaking to the net mouth. Passes it across, just missed Krieger. And now Kelly sending it back out to center. Good opportunity there by McCauley. Still feeling the offensive flow from yesterday, apparently, after stepping into that top line center role. Trying to create a little offense from the blue line, and we're going to get matching penalties here, I believe. There's some pushing and shoving happening in the corner. Exactly 12 minutes gone, and that's going to be a third trip to the box for Saugley. I think it's going to be Smith who goes with him. So let's see, are we going to get 2 or 4 each? I'm trying to make out the hand gestures. The scorer table is right below us here. Looks like it's just 2, at least 2 to Smith. 2 to Saugling as well. So kind of nice having the scorers table right under us. We can catch a little bit of what's happening. Some of the other rinks that we go to are on the opposite side. So we have to kind of do a little forensic work, if you will, try to figure out exactly what's happening. A little bit easier on this side. A reminder that the Riverkings show on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media comes at you on Fridays at 4 o'clock, Wednesdays at 9 o'clock in the p.m. Regular games follow the show's Charter 985, Solaris Channel 3, or on the web at WisconsinRapidsCommunityMedia.com. Gato's feeding that one back ahead as it will go all the way down. No icing will be called as Berggren gets to it first. Christopher Berggren circling the wagons, passing it on for DeLatte, a bouncer that just gets settled down. So some good opportunities for the Riverkings on the last 4-on-4. We'll see if they got a little something brewing here again. Gatos over for DeLatte. Berggren all alone over in the corner, giving it back to DeLatte now. Feeds it back on for Berggren. Trying to step off of the wall, pass across, ends up being a shot. The rebound from Mavrogiannis gets stopped too. Timmins covers up, and I believe that net is off the moorings once again.
People Harris Bank is banking with the human touch. People Harris Bank with branches in Wisconsin Rapids, Cedar Point, and Clover.
It's again a pretty good shift there for the Riverkings on the 4-on-4 as they got Mavrogiannis and Berggren starting to formulate a little chemistry. Like we said, Berggren, the newest addition to the Riverkings lineup here just a couple of weeks ago. Now all alone in front, Palia scores! 3-1 Riverkings. Neil Polia gets alone in front. Nobody there. Had plenty of time to pull it back to the forehand while Timmons sprawled out. And the Riverkings now lead by 2. And another penalty taken by their bench. I'm not sure what Decatur is arguing about here. They might be trying to argue that the net was off the moorings. And Coach Zach Pearson has just been asked to leave the bench on the Decatur side. He had just taken a penalty and then got sent off. You know, at a certain point, if they are arguing about the net coming off of the moorings, it would seem that every time the net's been coming off of the moorings. Not going to get into it too much, but eventually the benefit of the doubt is not going to swing in the way of the goaltender if that continues to happen. Which, if that was the case, certainly Polia all alone in front, whether or not that goal was on the moorings or that net was on the moorings, Polia with a high-quality scoring chance there. So that brings us now to a 4-on-3 for the Riverkings just after scoring that goal. That'll go for 1:13. And a chance for them to find a little bit more offense. Shots on goal now at 31-7 in favor of the Riverkings. Here is Fleming. Well, they gave it to Hartley, but it was Polia, I think. I hope my eyes don't deceive me. Now here's Fleming. Went in with a one-timer. That one just wide. Got a bit of a toe of Timmons. And here's Fleming again. Quarters giving on for Fleming. McManus back in front. Quarters chopped it wide. Good idea there. No connection. Here's Peterson again. Fleming, his one-timer, broke his stick. And now Peterson will hold. Peterson tried the shot. That got blocked. DeLatte comes off of the bench. He's got it again. DeLatte, that one deflected just wide. And the net is off again. 17 seconds left on the 4-on-3. Well, it looks like Decatur was trying to make a couple of late changes and the officials caught it. Or at least they didn't like it. So Wilson's going to have to come back out. Quite the eventful second period here thus far. Here's DeLatte. Back for Gatos. Stepping in. Gatos with a shot got blocked by Hernandez. Back to DeLatte. 4-on-3 for the next 8 seconds. Back in front. And guess what's off the moorings again? Remember, Giannis was right there trying to put it home. Okay, I'm not crazy. So DeLatte and Gatos get the assist on Polia's goal. And that was Daniil Polia's 5th of the season. Back to 5-on-4 now. Polia, fresh off of the bench, able to hold the line. Bergeron feeding it in front. Maro Giannis taken down, and it'll be picked back up by the Riverkings. Here's Polia, nifty, moves to skate free. Could not get back to the puck to pull the trigger, though. Oh, Polia just got away with one. And the Decatur bench is not at all pleased. Now here comes Gatos back into the backhander save, made rebound in front, and that one goes through the blue paint, out the other side. And if you can guess why that whistle blew, you know why it is. Net off again. 5:34 left here in this second period. 21 seconds still left on the power play for the Riverkings. Here's Edwards. Now Fleming fires the one-timer, and that one kicked aside, up and out of play. As Timmons gets that big left pad on it. Face off over the left-hand side of Timmons. Still 10 seconds left on the power play for the Riverkings. That one's chipped back out nicely by McConnell. He'll try to chase it down.
Penalties over both teams.
Back to 5-on-5. Decatur trailing by 2. And now here comes Corey Schwarz lugging it over the line. Turned it over. That one bounced back out at center. Here is Fleming. Sending it right back in. Down to 5 minutes remaining here in the second period. Soutling trying to tap that one. Ends up in the penalty box and we get another whistle. As we said, coming up here for the Riverkings, good test on the road next weekend against the Minnesota Moose on November the 3rd and 4th. And on the 17th and 18th on the road against the Minnesota Mullets for a home game against the Chicago Cougars on Friday, December the 1st, and then on the 8th and 9th, the Ironwood Fighting Youpers coming to the Southwood County Rec Center. And the Youpers know how to score goals. There's a shot from Hartley. That one loose in front. They score. It's Smith off of the rebound. A fourth line goal for the Riverkings, and it's 4-1. Looks like we are going to see a change in goaltenders as well. Kyle Smith picking up his first goal and first point. You can tell he was excited. Returning Riverking from Bloomfield, Colorado. Hasn't seen a lot of time. Just his second game of the season. So Timmons out. Adam Lindemann in. Adam Lindemann, 5'11", 158 out of Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, returning Decatur Blaze player. Can't really fault Timmons too much, really. Stopping 31 out of 35 before getting the hook. Maybe this more of a signal to the team in front. Peterson ends up turning it over. Wesolowski sends in. So the Riverkings, after getting that go-ahead goal just before the midway point of this second period. Do we have too many men? Saw the lineman blowing that one down. Must have been a delayed offside that the Blaze did not work their way out. Or maybe it was too many men. Yep, too many on Decatur. Don't get to see the linesman calling penalties unless it's that one. So another chance here for the Riverkings on the power play to continue to build on this 3-goal lead. Fleming, Palia, one-timer fanned on. Now back to the line of McManus. On for Berggren. Pass across, almost connected with Palia, but it was knocked away by Wilson. Palia falling down, able to hurry that on for McManus, and now here's Fleming again. Fleming across, Palia trying to throw that one on for Mavrogiannis, who comes back and lifts the stick. But it is cleared by Decatur. All the way back down where it is tapped on and left back behind by Rutherford, who has only seen 2 shots so far this period. Taken back ahead by Mavrogiannis. Across the line, dips the shoulder. Mavrogiannis tried to stuff it at the far side post. It's turned aside though. Here is Palia. Powell just turns it right back over. Mavrogiannis again on for Berggren. His backhanded pass comes all the way to the point on the far side. Now over to the near side for Fleming. Back to McManus. Far side circle. Berggren settles it down back to McManus. 55 seconds left on the power play. Swinging it over for Fleming. Cross ice pass knocked away by Worgan and carried back ahead by Powell. with some help from Hernandez. Long shot in. Rutherford just watches that one go aside. Played back ahead by the Riverkings. Saugling rejected it at center ice. Spun back, but right into McManus. And now here's Mavrogiannis across the line. Mavrogiannis throwing it through the blue paint. Back over to the far side. And here comes Saugling. 2-on-3 with Kelly. Nice pass on. Kelly's in onside with a shot. Just missed that one. Rutherford might have gotten a piece. Now a chance for a 2-on-2. Here comes Mance trying to turn the corner on Smith. Mance taken down. No call though, and here's Mance trying to pick it back up. Now we get a whistle. And what is that whistle for? And that's off again? Wow. Eight seconds left on the power play for the Riverkings. 2:05 left here in the second period. Second period that has seen them score 3 times. Gatos on for Peterson, stepping it at the circle, giving it down for Quarters, back to 5-on-5. Quarters leaving it for Peterson, now back on for Quarters, who try the backhander, it goes over the top of the net. McConnell off of the glass, the lat, thought about settling it down, then just ends up bumping Kelly, ended up being a better play for him that way, and now here comes a 2-on-2 back the other way with Gatos leading the charge. Gatos swinging back behind, fed it out in front, got deflected away by Lindemann, and now wide open. It's Zakharetsky back behind the defense, and all alone with a shot save made by Rutherford. Oh, the Riverkings got caught there on the change. Good job by Decatur, but a better save by Rutherford. Now here's Mance across the line as the pace picks up. Mance trying to spin through a couple of the defenders. Somehow gets back to the puck. Mance still has it. Wraparound attempt. All the way through the blue paint over to this side. Whistle. Net is off again. Brings a face-off with 1:04 left. And what a shot of momentum that would have been for Roman Zakharetsky and the Decatur Blaze side if they would have been able to get that breakaway tally. Looked like the puck might have bounced a little bit on Zakharetsky right before he was ready to shoot it. Might have been thinking about a move to the backhand, but ended up just having to shoot it forehand. Rutherford was ready for it.
1 minute remaining in the second period.
Into the final minute of the second period of play. A good one here for the Riverkings. Edwards back in front. Schwarz tried a one-time, and if he would have settled it down, he might have had some time to put that one into the net. There was space. Here's Fleming. Watched by McConnell. Edwards chases it back. Edwards taken down. Riverkings come up with it, though. Here's Fleming. Corey Schwarz gives on for Edwards. 1-on-2, 1-on-3 across the line. Still has it, though. Drops it back for Schwarz. He was harassed and now gives off for Fleming with 19 seconds left in the period. Fleming thought about the shot. Passes on. Schwarz walking in. Shot it over the top of the net. Trying to pick the corner on the near side. Missed the target. Corey Schwarz has got a rocket of a wrist shot when he's got a chance to wind it up. Seen that a couple of times here this season. First, Corey playing with the Dells Ducks last year. Had some opportunities to do that as well. And then with the Chicago Cougars the year before. Tipped back up by Morgan, and that should do it. Looks like they won't call icing as the puck goes all the way down. And a second period is in the books. Welcome back, everyone. Just about set to get going here in period number 3. The Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings at home for the second night against the Decatur Blaze, now leading by a 4-1 tally after 3 in that middle frame. Matt Penner joining you here on Hockey TV and Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. Let's recap the scoring for you in that period. It was Adam Peterson after a face-off scramble coming up with the tally at 9:56, assisted by Ryan Mance and Austin Quarters. And then Daniil Polia got all alone in front. Boy, he had been stymied all throughout the weekend. Good to see Polia finally breaking through for one. Assisted by Brett DeLatte, that one at 12:46, and then at 15:17, Kyle Smith puts home his first of the season off of a rebound from a Zach Hartley shot. Polea gets on the score sheet for that one as well. The Riverkings out shooting the Blaze by a 37-8 tally. Also saw a change in netminders. Adam Lindemann came in after the fourth goal. Lindemann out of Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Can't really fault Timmons too much. Just seen too many shots on the weekend. Lindemann coming in at 0-2-1, so he does have the 1 point so far. He's only given up 11 goals in those three contests. 3-2-4 goals against average, 908 save percentage, so not bad numbers for Adam Lindemann. Looking around the USPHL Premier Midwest West. It's a 2-2 game, the Muskies and Hudson. That one might be destined for overtime again there in the third period. The Minnesota Blue Hawks running away from Steele County once again. That's an 11-3 score line with just 4.5 left in the third. And quite a fight happening down in the Dells. The Minnesota Moose 3, the Ducks 2. That one just about set to start the third period as well. And then in the East, just one game. That one a final, or excuse me, no, two games. One of them final. Detroit with an 8-3 tally over Tri-City, and Kalkaska and Motor City. That one should be final. Doesn't look like they finalized it though. It's a 6-4 scoreline for Kalkaska. We are underway here in the third period. The Riverkings attacking back down our right-hand side, looking to hold on to the 3-goal lead in a weekend sweep. And as we said, with the Moose ahead and with the Blue Hawks looking like they're on their way to another win, very important that the Riverkings clamp down and secure these 2 points here tonight. Quite the race that we have atop the USPHL Premier Midwest Western Division. Well, Decatur looking to find some pushback here early on in this third period. Their only goal of yesterday's contest did come in the third, a Lake Powell powered play goal. Same story here today, but that one came in the first. Now turned over. Here's Peterson walking in. Peterson on the backhand. Worgan was able to knock that puck away before he could get a shot off. Ryan Mance working through. Somehow finds some space in the defense. Passes off. Peterson denied right at the doorstep as he tried to slide it under the goaltender, Adam Lindemann. Nice setup there from last year's leading scorer of the USPHL Midwest. And now here's Peterson walking off the wall with a shot. Save made. Lindemann comes up with it. That top line of the Riverkings imposing their will once again. We've seen that here time and time over. Just a minute 11 in, and now that line of Polea, Mavrogiannis, and Bergeron comes back out. They connected for a goal yesterday. Bergeron's looked good in this one, so is Mavrogiannis. Here's Bergeron. That one poked away from him, coming back to the puck, had it knocked away by Waters. Fleming fires his shot, save made, rebound. Shot just wide by Polea. Polea picking it back in the corner. Waters able to swat it away, and now taken back out by Wesolowski. And here's McManus on the take. Defender falls down, but the Riverkings go in offside. Lucky break there for the Blazes. Jake Smith had fallen down, and McManus and Polea were going in 2-on-1. A little earlier, we touched on what's up next for the Riverkings. It doesn't get much easier over the next couple of weekends on the road. A couple of trips out to Minnesota. We talked about how Decatur does not have a home game until December 1st. It'll be their first home game of the season. Now at the Decatur Rec Center, waiting on that ice. But the good news is that means they're going to get a lot of home games in the second half of the year after that Christmas break. Now here's Bergeron working in one-on-one. Somehow slips through. Bergeron on the backhand, score! Christopher Bergeron's second goal of the weekend. That one for the highlight reel. It is 5-1 Riverkings. Bergeron just weaving through the defenders, somehow came back up with that puck, ends up with it on the backhand, and as we had talked about, Timmons, the right-handed catching goaltender in earlier, that might have been a little bit more difficult for Bergeron to put that one home, but with a blocker on that side, Bergeron slides it over, his third of the season, And the Riverkings have even more breathing room. 18:03 and counting left here in this third period. Turnover to McCauley. Riverkings looking for another one. This is another line that's been a bit on the schneid here tonight, but has had their opportunities. Corey Schwartz, Jesse Edwards, and Tristan Hilbert. By the way, that was the 41st shot of the game for the Riverkings. Now Bergen with a multiple point contest, just like Palia. So that's Palia's third point of the game as Hilbert comes in onside. Hilbert just throws it right to the net mouth, hoping for Edwards to get there in time. But it gets covered up by Linneman. McManus also getting on the score sheet. His 5th assist of the season. Now Palia with a 3-point game. Closing in on Alexander Mavrogiannis and the top 3 scorers. Suddenly, Palia starting to threaten that top line in the scoring race. Goal and 2 assists tonight for the Russian. Palia's looked good all weekend from Yaroslavl, Russia. Played with the Carolina Eagles. There's a centering pass that gets rejected. Good play by Smith to hold that onside. He shoots, and the save is made by Rutherford. Just the 9th shot on goal for Decatur. McCauley grabs the red line and sends in. We talked about Palia and the weekend he has had here. He had some really good scoring opportunities yesterday, just didn't find a way to cash in. Found one in front today on the 4-on-4 as we get some pushing and shoving. Galat is going to carry over the line and well offside as Hilbert was still tied up behind the play. He and Hernandez again having a discussion as they did yesterday. They're just pulling each other apart. .43 still left here in the third. The Riverkings, you could kind of feel just sort of the dam swelling and just preparing to burst offensively for the Riverkings all weekend. And it was Timmons who was there to just kind of hold things together as that one is saved by Linneman. And don't fault Linneman, he's come in and he's played pretty well, but just the offensive flurry by the Riverkings, pushing, and finally breaking things open just before the halfway point of that period. And the offense continues to roll. That's touched on, and I think we're going to get a penalty here. One of the Riverkings is down back behind the play, so maybe not a penalty. It's Krieger who's slow to get up.
All right, let's give away some money. Tonight's ticket is on a goldish, yellowish, tannish ticket. That number is...
Didn't see what happened there. The Riverkings trying to plead the case that maybe there should have been a penalty somewhere along the lines there.
919-583.
Well, as Krieger was down, and I think we are going to see a penalty here. Boarding.
And thanks to each of you for playing 50-50.
And Nurse is going to the box. So Krieger gets charged for the boarding call. Nurse is going to serve it because I think Krieger's out. He might still be hurt. Well, that's an odd call. Well, at least an odd circumstance of the call. You don't usually see a player down behind the play and then take the boarding penalty. So, didn't see it from this angle. Maybe the replay will show you folks on the Wisconsin Rapids community media, but odd situation there. And a chance here for Decatur to try to chip back away a little bit, trailing by 4. Power play has been their saving grace on the weekend, aside from the goaltending. Here's Hernandez. Chasing it back down, will toss it back down low for Kowalczyk. Was assisted on the goal for Powell yesterday. Smith. Back to the top of the circle, it skips away from Kelly. Kowalczyk ends up getting tied up by Fleming. Decatur still with the puck. Smith swinging it back over to the far side. Sent back down by Oregon. Their top goal scorer playing the point position, number 37 for Decatur. This one played back ahead. Oregon, good stick there. Otherwise, Quarters might have been back the other way alone. Hernandez. Dips across the line. McManus able to poke it away from him, but Kelly is there to carry on for Decatur. Down to a minute 10 left on the power play. Shot, didn't make it through. It's loose in the slot area. Played back to the line. Smith bounced it away from Peterson, but then Quarters sends it back out to neutral. Morgan able to get it back ahead. McConnell trying to get past McManus. Bats it ahead. Takes a hit from McManus. And that's going to be another penalty to the Riverkings. It'll be a hold. So 50 seconds of 5-on-3 time now for Decatur. Well, the Riverkings might want to be careful about this quick little parade to the penalty box. Penalty kill's been good. You don't want to give Decatur any life. Here's a chance for them to find a little bit with a 5-on-3. Wrap back to the point. Wilson is there to hold. 40 seconds of 5-on-3 time on for Decatur. Wilson again. Shot. Rutherford saw that all the way and hangs on. No traffic in front that time. Reset off of the faceoff. Zakaretsky, Salving, and McConnell up front. Faceoff is won by Decatur. Here's Powell. Wrist shot over the top of the net. Looking for his third goal of the weekend. Almost at it. Back to Powell again. Walking in. Another wrist shot. This time in the glove. And Rutherford hangs on. I think they know number 9's ready to shoot. Said Powell scoring his first goal of the season last night. I believe that was his first junior goal as well, as they kept the puck for him. And then another one here today. Here's Wilson. His shot snatched by Rutherford, and he hangs on. The busiest Parker Rutherford has been all contest long, and he comes up with a couple of nice saves here. 14:25 left in the period. Shots on goal now at 43-11. It's flipped back out after a face-off win. That should do it for the 5-on-3. Now just 10 seconds left on the two-man advantage. Back ahead, here comes Decatur. McConnell in over the line with Salving. Shot got blocked. Rapids has got one player back as that one deflects in, and Rutherford will cover it up. Deflected off of a skate right in front. Rutherford was waiting. Still a minute 6 of power play time on. McManus sits in the box for the Riverkings. Smith or Kelly knocked away by Delat and cleared. Another big clear there by Brett Delat and the Riverkings. Delat, of course, we've talked about, the lone returning Riverking on the blue line, has been seeing a lot of minutes for Marty Quarters back there so far this season. He's been doing well. Smith playing it back down low. Right back past Smith. Now look how Mavrogiannis is right in his back pocket. Ends up taking him down, and he's going to go off for a trip. Back to a two-man advantage for Decatur, and at some point they're going to have to cash in on this. 13:28 left in the period. They trail by 4. You get two quick ones here. But a face-off win by the Riverkings. Now loose in front, score. There it is. Hernandez, after a turnover on the backhand, puts one through the legs of Rutherford. 5-2. So that brings one back. Decatur still on the power play. Alec Hernandez coming in with 2 goals and 1 assist. So his 4th point, 3rd goal of the season. And pardon me if I did mention that he was the leading scorer. Patrick Kelly actually is. Morgan's the top goal scorer with 3, and now Hernandez joins him there. Kelly coming in with 1 goal and 5 assists. So power play still on here for Decatur for another minute 33 as it's wrapped back to the point. Smith able to hold. He's pressured by Edwards, and Mance will clear. It was critical for Decatur to score one on that 5-on-3, and still critical that they score again here if they want a chance to claw back into this game. Now here's Zakharetsky over the line. He had a really nice opportunity in the second period, probably the best for Decatur in that period, if not the only. It got turned away by Rutherford. Here's Mance all the way through, left it at the back of the net. Now a chance for Decatur to turn the tide back the other way. McConnell with a pass well out of the reach of Wilson. It'll go down. No icing will be called, though. Chip back around. McManus trying to help it around the boards. Didn't get enough steam on it. And here's Soundling. Dipping away from Polia. Good hit by him. And then another crushing hit by McManus. Wilson shot. Rutherford just throws the glove down and hangs off. Their face off with 40 seconds left on the power play. 12:08 left here in this period. 5-2 Riverkings. That 3-goal outburst in the second period, the difference so far, as this one is cleared. Sent back in. Sowling going to step up and try to rip that puck out, but it is cleared by the Riverkings again. Penalty kill, as we said, has been pretty good, especially the 5-on-4. The 5-on-3, of course, just saw that recent tally. They did kill off one prior to that. Almost went on another one there as Hilbert takes his man down. 1 second left on the power play. Riverkings kill it off again. So limiting the damage on that 5-on-3 with just one tally for Decatur. This one back out, and here comes the foot race. Hilbert going to catch up to it first. Is denied. As Lindemann holds his ground. An absolutely perfect bounce right out for Hilbert, using the wheels to catch up with that loose puck. Unfortunately, didn't get the right draw on it off of the shot. It was on edge, it was rolling, so Hilbert not only had to settle that puck down, but then try to get the shot off. And Lindemann was in good position. One-timer from Jacob Gatos got blocked. Here's Adam Peterson trying to feed it back to the line, and Gatos gets it again with a shot and a nice save made with no rebound from Adam Lindemann. You talk about the two goaltenders that you see on the side of Decatur, and you can discuss the size of Lane Timmons, which when you're a bigger goaltender like that, not quite as important to always be in good position. Adam Lindemann listed at 5'11", 158, so 300 pounds to 158. A little bit less of a frame. Meaning that obviously Lindemann's got to be in a little bit better position. Doesn't quite cover as much net. And you saw right there, right at the top of the crease, hugged that puck, left no rebound. Good save there. Rutherford kind of the same story. You got to have that good positioning. Keep yourself out of trouble. A lot of the success you see from goaltenders at this level. And if you wonder about the goaltending success at this level, a lot of that one thrown right in, and the save made by Lindemann. You see a lot of goaltenders, usually the ones that go on to have the best careers of the players that play at this particular Tier 3 level. We can talk about one Matisse Kivlenitz, as that shot from Polia gets fired wide. Played for the Forest Lake Lakers for a couple of seasons. Now in the Columbus Blue Jackets organization after playing last year, I believe, for Sioux City of the USHL. John Selly Hansen, a former Dells Duck goaltender playing professionally in Sweden. Sander Ashelman playing in the top league in Switzerland. Of course, Sam Nelson going to Concordia, as that one is deflected up and out of play. Nelson, a former Riverking. So, see a lot of these goaltenders at this level going on to play some pretty nice careers. And I would imagine, taking a look at Timmons, with 2 years still left, might be hearing a lot out of him. And of course, you have Eric Schutte, who hasn't been playing here on the weekend. I'm sure he'll be called upon a lot next weekend, but with the numbers he put up last year, you got to be thinking that Schutte has been getting some looks, some opportunities, and some questions about where his future might lie. There's a bouncing puck. Nurse trying to settle it down. Smith, boy, wouldn't he like two. Just a second game of the season now. And there's a shot save made by Lindemann, and he's going to cover up. And there's that fourth line of the Riverkings again, making the most out of their opportunities, getting some scoring chances. Scott's Rapids now at 46 shots on goal to just 12. Almost a 4-1 shot advantage in this contest. Just about at 3-1 yesterday at 36-13. 36-14, excuse me. Here's Hartley. As an assist in this contest, Edwards. Some way, somehow, this line has been held off of the score sheet. Corey Schwartz has had a couple of golden opportunities. We just saw Hilbert denied. Edwards has been out there as well. So here's Hilbert with a backhanded attempt. Save made. Puck back into the corner for Hilbert. And here's Edwards trying to scrape that puck loose. Hilbert applies the bump. Edwards, nifty move to step free. And the puck will come back out 2-on-2. Long one fired in by McConnell, skipped in, and then it's knocked aside by Rutherford. Cleared off of the doorstep. Zacharetzi tying up his man, and now a chance back the other way. Here comes Corey Shores, one-on-one with Ithaca Jones. Good stick there to knock it away, but followed up by Bubanek. Picked up an assist yesterday. Hartley trying to toss it down low. Here's Kelly. Pass on. Didn't make it through. Bubanek just going to fire a shot. Score! Corey Shores in front. There's the goal that line was looking for. 6-2 Riverkings. There might be a discussion about the height of Corey Shores' stick on this one. It was called a goal. The discussion continues. And we'll see. Yeah, they're going to call it a goal. Hernandez is over asking the questions. Corey Shores' stick, obviously the rule is it's got to be even with a crossbar. And they're trying to argue that that one was above the crossbar, but to no avail. Corey Shores has scored for the Riverkings, his 6th of the season. And Trent Bubanek's got another assist. He had just one assist coming into yesterday. 2-game point streak now. Lindemann hangs on and gets a whistle.
He was assisted by number 25, Trent Bubanek. And by number 14, Zach Hartley.
Hartley gets another assist as well, so 2 for Hartley in this contest. There's Peterson right off of the face-off, deflected up and out of play. I think Bubanek is a favorite amongst the Riverkings players after he got that assist yesterday. Someone came in the dressing room and said, "Hey, Trent got an assist." Yeah, he's got another one here, and then right after his name was announced, some noise coming from the Riverkings bench for number 25. Jones getting pushed into the boards. Here's McManus walking off of the wall. Fleming thought about firing the one-timer, just touched it on for Austin Quarters. Peterson with it again, off her man, save made, rebound will be taken by Decatur and carried back out to center. Peterson and Waters tie up, that one just away from Quarters. What a luxury it's been to have Quarters back in the lineup for the Riverkings in this game. Here's Peterson, bumped off of the puck by Jones. As we said, McManus not doing a bad job as the top line center yesterday. But obviously it's nice to have those players that have been together here for a few years. I should say McCauley rather, not McManus. It looks like we got some penalties coming up from behind the play. And actually maybe just one to Adam Peterson. I thought maybe they were going to take the Decatur player as well, but it doesn't look like it. So The Blades head back to the power play. Trailing here 6-2. Chance for them to cut this again after the Corey Schwartz goal, but that face-off is won by the Riverkings and cleared all the way down. Looks like Palia's going to get there first. So Linneman out of play. Palia getting into Linneman, and he's going to go for a trip. Interference is actually going to be the call. Palia trying to plead his case on the way back to the bench. The ref will have none of it. So interference, a call, and now a minute 49 of 5-on-3 time. And once again, we're at that point where if Decatur could cash in on both of these, cut it back to a 2-goal game within the next 2 minutes here, we've seen stranger things. Not the TV show either. Morgan stepping in. That one is knocked down and cleared. Now Linneman coming out to play. Had to hurry that one away from Mavrogiannis. Right in the back pocket of Hernandez, knocked it away, and here's DeLatte. He will get the clear. Morgan taken down by Mavrogiannis, and now Smith on the take will tote it through neutral. On the line, pass this off. Missed Morgan. Slapped that by DeLatte, but Oregon is in control. 1:09 left on the 5-on-3 for Decatur. Smith for Hernandez with a pass through the seam. Comes back to Morgan. There's another shot. That one blocked by Jacob Gatos. He comes together with Hernandez, but it's cleared only back to Smith. Morgan with it again. Leaving it back down low. Pass back for Morgan. Fire the shot, deflected. Rebound is cleared out. Good hard work there by that trio of Riverkings. Just 40 seconds left on the 2-man advantage for Decatur. Nice touch on for Zacharetsky. 2-on-2 across the line. They'll stop up though. Throwing it back down low now. One of the Riverkings without his stick. That's Mance. He got it back though. Pardon me, that was Fleming. Here's McConnell. Setting up with 22 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Wilson over to the far side. Powell with a shot. Didn't make it through. Back to Selwyn. At the top of the circle, his shot save made. Big rebound all the way back to Wilson. Picked up by Decatur with 8 seconds left on the 5-on-3. McConnell has that one deflect off of Manson, back up to neutral. That'll do it for the 5-on-3. Just 10 seconds left on the power play. Now across the line, Zacharetsky with a shot. Missed the target. McManus got in the way as well. Powell leaving it back for McConnell. Back on for Powell. Riverkings are back to full strength. Important kill there again. Attempted centering pass knocked away by McManus in front. This one rolls in on Rutherford. He just brushes it aside at quarters. Backhanded ahead by Fleming. And now here is Peterson with a head of steam out of the penalty box. Peterson swinging back, finds Mance alone in front. Scores! Ryan Mance doing a dance, puts it home, 7-2 Riverkings. Peterson, who had just sat in the box for 2 minutes, came out, fresh legs, charging down that far side, feeds Ryan Mance. Did a little move around the defender. Found a way to slip it past Lindemann. So put Peterson back on the score sheet and give Ryan Mance his 9th goal of the season. See if they add a secondary assist as Jones and Smith come together. Intercepted by Nurse. Offers Smith his shot up into the face of Jones. Austin Quarters also with an assist. That one bounced around in front. Riverkings continuing to put the pressure on, now leading 7-2. Here's Nurse. You have to wonder how much of that comes off of the momentum of a big 5-on-3 kill. It's talked about a lot in hockey how those 5-on-3s can go one way or the other. Either you score on it, you keep the momentum, or the other team kills it off and they gain all the momentum. And that's what it would have appeared to happen right there. Here's Bubanik. On for Nurse. Corey Schwarz, who has a goal in this third period. Trying to carry ahead. That one got knocked away from him. Here's Decatur. The lad applying the crunch. And Angles in his sound wing as well. And now Kelly with a pass ahead from McConnell. Trying to toss that one on net. Rutherford easily brushes it aside. 3 1/4 left here in this third period. Riverkings well in control, leading by 5. Corey Schwarz wanted to cross with Hilbert. Had to just toss that one back in. It'll be a delayed offside. Hilbert's still chasing, and that's going to bring a whistle and a face-off all the way back down in Riverking territory. And a little jawing happening. It's Hilbert again. Is it Hernandez again, too? Oh, it's a different guy this time. I think it was Kelly. Hilbert has not been shy. Well, usually they'll take that face-off all the way down, but they'll just bring it outside. Hilbert, 6 foot, 185 out of Topeka, Kansas, former Richmond General. Face-off is controlled once again. Oh, almost turned over to Plee. In fact, it is. Trying to work through. Fleming, good job to hold it in. And now carried back ahead by Decatur. Nifty move by Mavrogiannis to get through, and he's got Polio with, but it'll be offside. Well, looking around the USPHL Premier Midwest West, we already told you about the finals in the East. The Minnesota Moose, the other game that's in progress right now, they are pulling away from the Dells Ducks. That one was 3-2. Now it's 5-2 down in the Dells with 2:38 left. The Ox with a 12-3 victory over Steele County. And the Muskies pull away late in that contest against the Hudson Havoc. That one ends up 5-2 in favor of the Muskies. Of course, the one that happened a little earlier on today, the Mullets with a 7-4 win over the Ironwood Fighting Upers, who will be the next squad after Chicago to come here to the Southwood County Rec Center in December. So the Upers with a high-flying offense. They know how to score goals. They have scored 70 so far this season. Now, I'm not sure if that includes the 4 that they scored today either. Problem is they've given up 57, which is second most to the Hudson Havoc. They've given up 63. So that could be a fun one with a lot of goals scored, as we're going to get another penalty here. This one's flipped up and out of play. And a little bit more as Wesolowski comes in on Polea. We see some gloves coming off. There's a toss thrown by Polea. Wesolowski trying to get the hand free. They continue to scrap, and now Wesolowski going to pull the jersey up on Polea. Officials still trying to get those players separated. I don't know if they're going to call this a fight or a double minor for roughing. And they will still not disengage. Now Polea tries to toss another punch and another one around, and he might have connected on one. As Wesolowski is down. So Polea has scored it off of the ice, and Wesolowski is still down. Well, somewhere in that scrap, Polea must have got a hand free. I did not see it from here. I know he tossed a couple of late ones. I didn't see either of those connect. I don't know. He might have got one with an uppercut on Polea while the officials were trying to pull him apart. Clearly, Decatur not pleased with the outcome of this one. Boy, this is something that obviously you don't want to see. This is one of the reasons why fighting is so heavily discouraged at this level. So I'm sure there will be some disciplinary things coming down from the league. And hopefully Wesolowski able to get back up. Don't forget, although the Riverkings are done here for the weekend. There will still be a contest for Decatur on the way tomorrow as they take on Chicago, in Chicago. Good to see Wesolowski back up. Punched over a bit. Decatur losing Connor Mulcahy yesterday as well. So 1:49 remaining. It's a 7-2 lead for the Riverkings. So everything happening here kind of just seems to be trivial to the scoreline. The Riverkings getting those 3 goals in the second period, 3 here again in the third. Decatur with 1 in the first on the power play goal. That was the first goal of the game. A rather tightly contested matchup through the first 20 minutes. Actually, almost through the first 30 minutes. And the Riverkings broke the dam, if you will, and the flood of offense, which is something that they had been looking for all weekend. With plenty of shots last night and just not quite enough to show for it, they finally found a way to break Timmins. After the 4th goal, he got set out. Linneman came in. Berggren, Schwarz, and Mance scoring here in the third. Hernandez on a 5-on-3. The captains await the verdict. At center ice. Marty Quarters having a conference with the official. Here's the official announcements.
Game disqualification for instigation, game disqualification for fighting, game disqualification for continuing altercation. Decatur penalty to number
That could leave him out for a while.
Game disqualification for fighting, game disqualification for removal of helmet. Time of all penalties is 18.
Same for Wesolowski. Well, like we said, fighting pretty heavily discouraged in the USPHL as a whole. Disqualifications, not an ejection, that usually brings a heavier penalty, but certainly going to see some subsequent discipline, I would imagine, off of this one. I think we may also end up seeing a 5-minute power play here for Decatur. You see the Riverkings in their own end, so maybe not. You see 5 of them out on the ice right now. Well, just a reminder that the Riverkings show on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media comes at you Fridays at 4 p.m., Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Regular games follow the shows. Charter 985, Solaris Channel 3 in the area, or on the web on demand, WisconsinRapidsCommunityMedia.com, or if you want a DVD, Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, 715-423-0441. Yeah, so there it is, a 5-minute major up on the board of Palia. So Decatur will take that penalty all the way to the end on the power play, regardless of how many times they score, if they score. Always got to throw that caveat in there. And now if we were at where we were yesterday at this time with a 2-1 scoreline, that might be a bit more important, but hard to believe Decatur's going to be able to find a handful here in the next 90 seconds. And here comes Austin Quarters. Back the other way, shorthanded with a shot, just missed. Trying to go to the far side post. Quarters with it again, with a nice feed through, found Peterson, and now he's got some space to work in. Morgan stretching out, making sure that he doesn't get that opportunity. All that line of Peterson, Manson, Quarters waking up again here today. As we said, not bad yesterday, even without quarters on it, but offense was a little bit harder to find. A little more than 24 hours ago. Now, 7 up on the board, and the Riverkings, who came into the weekend kind of wondering after going to overtime against Hudson and then taking them out 8-0 the next day and then coming back home and laying a bit of an egg against Chicago with a 4-1 final score line. Had to wonder yesterday after the 2-1 game, what's going on? Well, just continue to plug away, charge away, 53 shots up on the board. The offense did indeed come. And now they head off for 2 weekends in Minnesota, which might be a bit on the tough side for the Riverkings with the Moose and then the Mullets. But they'll have some momentum heading into Minnesota next week. A 7-2 final here on night number 2 as the Riverkings complete the sweep of the Decatur Blaze.